Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I have a little topic for you about going down the collector's rabbit hole and just what that looks like, how it starts, where it can take you is all over the place. And so for some of you, you may collect just one very specific item, an entire series of items, an entire country. So there's like all kinds of things you can collect. And the wonderful thing about coin collecting, of course, is that there's no one right way to collect them. So I was thinking about this because I've talked to many collectors who really um, focus and focus and focus and focus and keep narrowing their focus more and more on certain things. It all starts usually with something really innocent, like they inherited some old banknotes, and their dad had some old Confederate banknotes that maybe their grandpa had, and so they decide, I'm not going to sell these, I'm going to keep them. And the next thing they know is they go to a coin show or a coin shop. They start studying those things, and eventually they find out, well, you got to get the Criswell book by Grover Criswell about Confederate banknotes. And it's a really cool book. It encompasses just about everything you need to know about Confederate banknotes, everything from the different vignettes that are on them, the capitals, some of the history, the different series that were made, and oh, by the way, fake and counterfeit notes. That also has all of the major types. The entire type series is based on this book. So this is like all a guy would ever need, right? 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 Maybe? Okay. Well, you can go from that book to this book by Pierre Frick. Let me just show you by way of comparison the size of this book. Ready? Are you ready for it? That's right. So it's super cool. You can go from this level of in-depthness and knowledge, I feel like Mr. Rogers right now, to this book, which has even more in-depth characteristics about, different little minutiae and plate locations and lettering. So this is like when someone wants to collect die varieties on coins. Right? They want each and every last die variety on the coins. That's what this is like. And I know you're thinking this has got to be just as deep as you can go on a Confederate, but there's a little bit more. For those of you who don't know, on Confederate banknotes, a lot of them were countersigned later, especially these $100 bills. They have countersigns. This book only encompasses 3 notes. It's the same size as that other book that did the entire series. So what this book is, Quartermasters, Commissaries, and Agents by Michael McNeil. It's a really cool book, and it's worth just taking a look at sometime if you ever get to see one. He goes through all the different guys that are autographing, countersigning. Like the amount of work and study that goes into something like this is just insane to me. It's really a passion. And so what you're learning about is, every last general they find that's countersigned something. And so guys collect these banknotes, and they collect them by signature on the back of the banknote. This is not your signatures on the front of the banknotes. These are the signatures that will endorse. The back of the banknotes were blank, and then they would get endorsed and countersigned. And so people collect them by signatures, by places they've been stamped at, because it'll be stamped from all different types of locations. And so some guys, they only collect one state, which is typical, right? You're just collecting the state that you know. But of course, as always, there are some pretty rare states out there, such as Arizona. If you can find a general that signed one of those from Arizona, you've probably got something that's pretty good. So whatever you collect, how deep do you go down the rabbit hole? What type of book recommendations do you have for people that you can show us that maybe we didn't know about? I mean, I'm guessing that most of you didn't know this book existed. If you knew the Frick book existed, that's probably impressive also. But for the average collector of Confederate notes, they probably know about Criswell, maybe about Frick, but they might not even know that this book exists. And so as you move forward through your collecting, let us know as a group how deep the rabbit hole gets. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.